Hello and welcome to Dingoes Ate My Podcast. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
I am Justin.
This week we're talking about the episode The Eye in Team. This episode originally aired February 8th, 2000. It's the third episode of the Millennium.
Yeah.
Still going on about that?
Just because I know it pisses people off.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know this because this won't air until like February, but that's fine.
That's fine.
Goody. Go on.
In this episode, Willow, Anya, and Xander are playing three-handed poker since Buffy's elsewhere. Xander tells his plan to sell supposedly healthy but nasty-tasting Boost bars. I'm sure this will go fine.
It'll go perfectly horrible.
Is this really gonna make Xander money?
They question the intentions of the initiative. In a field test against the Commandos, Buffy impresses Professor Walsh. The next day in the cafeteria, Bushy.
Oh.
Because I combined Buffy and Gushes, apparently.
Okay.
About her performance to Willow. Willow confirms that the Scooby Gang, including Buffy, will assemble at the Bronze that night. Willow obviously misses Buffy, who has been rather busy of late. Giles visits Spike in his new crypt. That sentence alone just makes me happy. Yep. Okay. To pay the money that he owes from the previous episode in which Spike charged him for his help. Because Spike is a good person now.
And we'll never see him again.
Spike makes it clear that he will not help them again and wants nothing to do with the Scoobies. I'm sure that will last for a long time. Riley takes Buffy into the initiative. Professor Walsh gives her a tour of the impressive facility. Buffy is made a member of the team. However, a slip from Buffy indicating her prior knowledge of the initiative's behavior modification research, the little chip in Spike's noggin there, does not go unnoticed. Tara tries to give a crystal to Willow, a family heirloom, but Willow refuses to accept the powerful magical implement. Tara invites Willow to try some spells with the crystal that night. Willow reluctantly declines due to her plans with the Scoobies. Professor Walsh enters room 314 in the secure lab area to check up on her special project, a part demon, part human, part robot creature named Adam.
Oh, joy.
Buffy is an hour late meeting her friends at the Bronze, and when she does show, she brings Riley and the team. Buffy reveals that she is now working with the initiative. Willow questions how much trust Buffy should put in the organization, and suddenly Buffy rushes off with the team. Abandoned by Buffy, Willow goes to Tara's dorm room after all. Buffy and the Commandos deploy in two teams to search for a Polgara demon. They are instructed to keep the demon's arms, which contain these little, spear gimmicks.
Skewers,
yes. They have to keep those intact. Forrest spots Hostile 17, Spike, and sends his team after the vampire. Spike gets away, but they shoot him with a tracer, so they will be able to track him later. The Polgara demon attacks the Alpha team. Buffy and Riley, fighting together, apparently kill it. Stimulated, they have sex for the first time in Riley's dorm room. Professor Walsh watches them from a secret camera. Dun dun dun. Waking up in the morning, Buffy is a little surprised to see that Riley is still in bed by her side. Riley takes a number of pills. He refers to them as vitamins. They talk, and when Buffy asks about 314, Riley immediately receives a call from Professor Walsh with an assignment. Walsh and Dr. Engelman decide that it is time to go on with their plan and get rid of Buffy. Desperate and unable to shake off the Commandos, Spike goes to Giles for help. That's just another great sentence. Giles tries to remove the tracer from Spike's shoulder, but it's in deep. Riley reinforces Forrest's team. With the soldiers gone, Walsh summons Buffy for a very easy mission and arms her with a stun rifle. Wearing a heart monitor and sound camera, Buffy goes out alone. The mission is a trap, however. The rifle shorts out, the exit is barred, and Buffy is set upon by two powerful demons armed with axes. Willow is doing a masking spell to buy time, and Spike babbling from being drunk because they don't have any anesthesia. Giles finally manages to remove the tracer from Spike's shoulder. They flush it down the toilet just in time to misdirect Riley and his team. Buffy kills the demons, but in the fight, the monitor falls off. With no reported heartbeat or movement, Walsh assumes that she is dead. When Riley returns, she informs him that Buffy is dead and adds in a few more lies. In the middle of her eulogy, Buffy picks up the camera and reveals, in full view of Riley, Walsh's trap. Riley walks out on Walsh. The Initiative has grafted an arm from the Polgara demon to Adam. Walsh, upset that she had to sacrifice Buffy and Riley's loyalty to safeguard her project, Adam goes to room 314 and speaks as if it were to a sleeping creature. Adam wakes and skews Walsh with his new arm spear, saying, "Mummy?" She falls over dead. Buffy returns to Giles' place and briefly tells her tale. So that's...
So Dr. Welsh was kind of creepy, just watching them all night.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that she had cameras in apparently, like, all of their rooms, that's not cool.
No, that's not cool at all.
This is taking the wonderful path of the scientist known as the all-seeing eye sort of scientist person, wanting to know every little thing about all of her projects, and, oh boy, her projects.
So, what do you think of the design of Adam?
Goofy, understandable for what they supposedly had to work with, but interesting with the basis of what it is for what we've seen so far.
I mean, I get that it's a Frankenstein-type monster anyway, but the first thing that came to mind was, like, the Terminator.
It looks really fucking goofy.
Yeah, it does look goofy, but I mean, like...
I think
it is a monster.
Yeah, well, quite literally, it is a monster, right?
Yes.
Like,
it's a monster of being a monster.
I think the thing I don't like about it is how goofy it looks. Because I'm not a fan of Adam. I think it's kind of just like...
ridiculous.
It looks really cheap and just bad. Because, like, the metal on his face and stuff, I'm like, that's clearly fucking plastic.
Yeah. And I think if they didn't go with that particular design or had a little less supposed technology on him, it would make a bit more sense. Maybe, again, I'm not really sure what those parts are covering up for where they're situated on his body, but the grotesquity and little aspects of the human and monster bit are fairly decent. I think the machine parts of it are kind of overdoing it a little bit.
I think Dr. Welsh needed a bit more knowledge to, like, design it better.
Yeah, like, if it was just...
Technically.
If it was just, like, a person and a demon kind of, like, smushed together, that would be cooler, I think.
Yeah,
I think
probably,
adding the robot bits is just kind of like... You're really like fucking Terminator, don't you? Like, that's just totally...
turn a monster into a cyborg, kind of. Is that, like, to try and control it? Because it didn't seem like it was being controlled by anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like the whole robot aspect. But we move on to international titles. So, in French, Trapped.
Indeed.
Not bad.
Yeah.
In German, Appearance and Reality. Not bad. In Latin American and Spain Spanish, Teamwork.
Or the
Because
lack
irony
thereof.
is fun.
Good team.
And in Brazilian Portuguese, My Role in the Team.
Always asking them questions, that Buffy.
So, for music in this episode, we have a few songs. Black Lab provides the song Keep Myself Awake. Delirium provides Window to Your Soul. Lavish has Trapped. And Christoph Beck, obviously doing the original score, as has become the custom. So I pulled two quotes, actually, for this episode. The first one is from Willow. A funny thing happened with my prior social engagement. Pretty much ended when a friend of mine went off to do something with another crowd she hangs out with. Irony is kind of ironic that way.
Nah.
I love that line. And finally, the second quote I pulled is from Buffy. Professor Walsh, that simple little recon you sent me on wasn't a recon. Turns out it was me trapped in the sewers with a faulty weapon and 2 of your pet demons. If you think that's enough to kill me, you really don't know what a Slayer is. Trust me when I say, you're gonna find out.
Or not, because she
Well, yeah.
is dead now.
And because they can't have Buffy, actually kill a person. Because Buffy is meant to be the babyface here.
Nah, that's true. Though, I think it might have also been a case of Buffy trying to supposedly stop her and ruin her plans. Of course, Adam kind of took care of that.
Yeah, but you can't set up a fight between Buffy and Professor Walsh.
No,
because
she would lose.
Professor Walsh would literally die in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
she
she would
has-
just send all of her pet monsters on her. Instead of just 2 of them. I mean, what the heck?
That could have actually been kind of a fun episode. Like, if they did something like that where Buffy gets trapped in somewhere and Professor Walsh is continually just sending demons in.
Yeah.
Like, that could have actually been fun.
Coliseum round.
But there was only 2 of them.
Yeah, no, she should have had 20 or something.
Because she thought 2 demons would kill her or something.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't make sense.
No, it
Well,
doesn't.
yeah.
Much.
Anyway, what did you all think of that episode?
They had some decent moments. It was interesting what they decided to do with one of the fight scenes in the episode when they were trying to take down the demon and just throw in the little bits of what Buffy and them were doing afterwards. Just like
It's like,
So-
yeah, it's obvious what's going to happen with this demon. They're going to do the job and move on to this.
Yeah, it's really well cut together. I think it's a really, really good sequence.
Yeah.
So, next week, we will be talking about Goodbye, Iowa. In this episode, Buffy discovers the Initiative's secret weapon. And Riley becomes unstable due to the death of Professor Walsh and drug withdrawal. Adam reveals some information about himself while trying to learn about people by investigating their insides. Ew.
Lovely.
He's just trying to learn. He's curious. That's why you disembowel things.
I'm just not going to even bother commenting.
So until then, I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
I'm Justin.